Do you have any advice for any future online activist movements that might be looking to GamerGate, Black Lives Matter, or Occupy Wall Street for guidance?
You need spokespeople. You need quote-unquote leaders. But holy shit, you need to vet them, both to make sure they are not nutcases and to make sure that they are psychologically able to withstand the absolute shitstorm that is about to come their way from becoming a prominent voice of such a group. But in hindsight, I don't think that the completely leaderless structure really works or allows for effective messaging.
Do you think if GamerGate had leaders, things would have turned out differently? Assuming the leaders weren't like crazy people.
I think there is one leader we could have had if he had been willing and if he had been physically able, who could have really changed things.
TotalBiscuit.
TotalBiscuit. I think that it is unbelievably tragic what happened to him. And it also happened at the worst time that essentially knocked our most prominent, most articulate, most capable voice out of the fight.
Yeah, it's interesting too because I've looked at back at my own time with GamerGate and like I did a lot of good, but I made mistakes and I was human and I was a dumb kid at the time. Not all my arguments were the best and I didn't always think through things 100%. Um, I don't think I would have been like a great leader, but I wouldn't have been the worst.
Well, we definitely had people who would have been the worst.
We do have people who would have been the worst. This is true. But
I think a lot of us at the start of GamerGate were so fucking green. We would not have picked the right people.
no, we
But
would have.
we're
Well,
more
maybe I don't know. I think we would have picked TotalBiscuit, and then we would have also picked like Sargon, which would not have been a good choice.
No,
But
that would not have worked out in the end.
yeah, like TotalBiscuit would have been a good choice.
Sargon was not the worst. I mean, at least he wasn't a loon. But
I will.
Once he decided to run for office, that was it.
I will say this: I don't think Sargon was a bad actor during GamerGate. I think that like a decade later, or I don't know how, but over the next few years, even after GamerGate, like in the years after GamerGate, he was like still kind of like chill-ish. Like he was still like a
He
liberal guy,
radicalized to
and then he became
pander
like a
to his
total
increased
nut job. I don't know what
point.
the hell happened, man, but like in the years
He
after
attracted
GamerGate,
a more and more and more right-wing audience, and his views pushed way, way, way rightwards because of that.
but like during GamerGate, I think you would agree he was like a pretty moderate guy. Like he was like a pretty
He
chill,
was.
like liberal. Like, hey, I support healthcare for everybody. I like gay people. I like immigrants. Like he was like a totally chill, like normal human.
I would say at the time he was sort of a centrist.
Yeah.
But somebody who just completely changes all of their views like that to pander to a new audience,
Grifter.
not proving themselves reliable as a leader. Yeah. And just to point out one thing, it should be said that TotalBiscuit had cancer and he had chemo brain, and he was, by the end, absolutely not in his right mind and not the man that he was before or would have been if that terrible tragedy had not befallen him.